Hello friends, I welcome you all to this session of C programming. So today we will be learning about loops. What are loops? When we want to perform a task repeatedly, then loops will come into play. So let's say I want to print my name Pankaj, let's say 10 times. Then this again. So this task is becoming monotonous. Okay, and I have to write that uh, printf statement 10 times. I have to write this. So for repeatedly doing a certain thing, this is not a very elegant way of writing a code. So therefore the loop comes into picture. Or let us take one more example. Let's say this is one ball which is fired at a certain velocity u at a certain angle theta. Then this will be the trajectory of the ball. So during the course of its trajectory, if I wanted to know that for different x's, what are the coordinate of this y, then for doing it manually, let's say the equation you know that it normally is x tan theta minus half gx by u cos theta whole square. That is the equation of the trajectory of a ball which is fired from a horizontal plane at a certain angle u with velocity at a certain angle theta with velocity u. So for different x's, this will be having different y's. That means this coordinate will be different. So for each x, I have to repeat this. So this is not a very elegant way. And let's say the total range of this particular projectile motion is divided into 1,000 parts. Then do we have to write it 1,000 times? So the better way is to use loops. Now in C, normally we use while, do while, and for loops. This while is also sometimes called as infinite loop. And the construct for while is very simple. It is while, then condition, a logical condition, then the block of while in which you will be having set of statements. So as in this particular case, you are checking the condition beforehand. So this is called as entry control loop, where the entry inside the statements of the while loop will be checked beforehand that whether these has to be performed or not. If the condition is true, so this will be performed. So while loop will be valid. That means the statements inside the while loop will be executed only and only when the condition inside this particular parenthesis is true. If it becomes false, so the control will come out of the while loop. So if I say start the while loop, then this is the condition. It is checking the condition. If the condition comes out to be true, then certain things will be executed, and then again the control will move to the condition, that is the start of the loop. And if it happens to be false, then it will come out of the loop. Come out of the loop. So in this way, the while loop works. Okay, so whenever you want to do things repeatedly, then you should be using loop. So let us take one example to demonstrate that what does I mean by doing a task repeatedly. So let's say I want to print my name 10 times. So if I do like this, copy and then paste, then copy and then paste, then copy and then paste. and then copy and then paste. So this is 10 times. So this is a monotonous task of every time writing a statement and then statement. So why not to use a loop? So how to do that? So it is always better to use loop for that. So it is while then a condition. So how many times I have to run this? 10 times. Okay. Then I have to use a counter for it. So int count. Okay, so this is my counter. I have declared it and let us initialize it with 0. Okay, so till the counter is less than 10 because it is starting from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So this becomes 10. So till the counter, the value of this counter is less than 10, then I have to do what? I have to simply print this expression, that is Pankaj. That's it. So every time the loop runs, it will be printing it. But remember what has happened. I have done, I have done what? I have initialized, I have declared initialized counter. I have also set up a condition. So this condition is valid condition for entry. But what will happen then? Whether the value of counter is increasing? No. So I have to increase it. So count is equal to count plus 1. Now I'm increasing it, the counter, by 1. Or you can also say, if you are not uh, interested in writing like this, so you can say count plus is equal to 1. Okay, or you can say count plus plus. Everything is okay. Everything will increment it. So what I prefer, I normally write like this. Okay, so here every time, so count is 0 initially, so it is less than 10, it will print, then increment, again move back, then check, now the count is 1 and then it is less than 10. Okay, the condition is true, it will check. So this will happen. So let's say this is the ninth term, count is 9. Okay, 9 is less than 10. Okay, now it will become 10, then it will move here and now the count is 10, which is equal to 10, not less, so it will come out of the statement. Got the point or not? So in this way you can check, you can run a loop. That's very simple. So in any loop, whether it is while, do while or for, you will always be finding some of the things similar. That is, as this initialization, there will be a condition and there will be incrementation. If you want to make this loop finite, so this is a finite loop, this will run only 10 times. And if you want to make a loop, certain loop infinite, then there is another way to make it infinite. Means you don't increase it, or you set up a condition which is always going to be true. So that we'll be touching up later. So let us run this and see what happens. So this has printed this name 10 times. So let us print the counter also. Percentage D, this is counter, so I is equal to, and then run it. So, oh sorry, I have forgotten to write I here, sorry, count here. So count initially was 0 and then 1, then 2, then 3, and it is ending when count becoming 9. So therefore in this way the program works. So this is a very simple thing. While loop is one of the most simple loops when it comes to um, loops in case of any programming language. But remember that it is an entry control loop. So condition will be checked beforehand, before entering into the loop. And if the condition is true, then it will move into the loop, otherwise not. So in this lecture, I'll be stopping here. In the next video, what I'll be doing is I'll be solving few problems which with the help of this loop only, so that you can get a better feel of a while loop. Okay, so in this lecture till this point only. Thank you very much for watching it.